this election. If we don't win this election, there's tremendous consequence for everything. I say that November 5th will be the most important day in the history of our country.
Welcome back to America Decides. As we mentioned, less than a month from Election Day. And just over 2 million Americans have already cast ballots. Early voting has begun in 26 states. CBS News Executive Director of Elections and Surveys, Anthony Salvanto, joins us now. As I always do, Anthony, my first question is simple. Take it away.
Well, look, Major, with 4 weeks to go, I figured it's never too soon to start walking people through the map. Yes, this is a close race. Yes, either candidate can win. These white states, as our viewers will perhaps know very well, are the battlegrounds. They are tight. But what has changed since 2020 seems like a good starting point. And the larger story there, Major, is that since you and I stood in front of this map in 2020, the growth in America has happened more in states in the South, right, across the Sun Belt. We'll talk a lot about that. A little bit in the West as well. OK, that's the relative growth. And what that means is that the electoral vote counts have shifted a little bit since the latest census. What that means for the political map is that you'll hear a lot about the blue wall for Democrats. Pennsylvania, Michigan, Wisconsin, they're worth relatively less than they were in 2020. So Pennsylvania, for example, lost a seat. Michigan lost a seat. North Carolina is up 1. Republican-leaning states like Texas and Florida gained in this count. So what does that shift mean? Let me walk you through one scenario. When we talk about states that Kamala Harris might try, certainly will want to win, that Joe Biden did, Pennsylvania, Michigan, Wisconsin, in this hypothetical, that doesn't get her to 270, winning those. She'd have to flip what we often talk about as the blue dot, right? The Nebraska 2nd congressional district there, or one of those other Sun Belt states to get to 270. That's just one example of how the math has shifted a little bit with the population shifts that have gone on in recent years, Major.
And in about 45 seconds, Anthony, it's worth noting that we've added North Carolina to this mix of battleground states when it wasn't there even 3 months ago. That seems to me worth noting.
I think some of the demographic shifts that have taken place in North Carolina, you see fast-growing areas in and around Raleigh-Durham have been a major part of that. But, of course, with what we're seeing and the devastation there, I think it'll be very interesting to see how the operations of voting play out in that state. Certainly something we're going to watch over the coming weeks, Major.
And the State Board of Elections in North Carolina made a series of decisions yesterday to expedite and protect the ability of North Carolinians in western North Carolina, ravaged by Hurricane Helene, to do exactly that, participate to the fullest. Anthony Salvanto, thank you very much.